Y'all know, I love pogs. They were a major part of my childhood. I wouldn't say they're a major part of my adulthood. There's no place I know that, like, they only sell them in stores. So usually, I mean, I still have my old collection, which I've shown off some vintage pogs on the stream before. But prior to that, back in like 2006 or something like that, they tried to have a pogs reboot, like the official Pog company. And all of the pogs sucked. In fact, I think I've actually got some of them just sitting in this desk right. Yeah, got some sitting in this little bag. Like here's the type of crap. What's that say? Jersey kids. This is big money right there. Big money. Shout outs. And then these slammers are just absolute crap. They're just hunks of plastic. They're terrible. But then, you know, we've also taken a look at some proper vintage pogs. We got the fucking Pepsi Terminator right here. We got like a weird plant. We got the Hammer Slammer right there. I mean, these are all actually of the era. So we have the originals. We have the crappy, embarrassing, shitty reboot from 2006. And then, goddammit, wouldn't you know, somebody decided to do it again. These are contemporary. These are literally... Is there a copyright date on the back? Because people sometimes do that. No, I don't think there is one. But I remember seeing this particular variety of pogs in stores literally within like the past year. And they're not called pogs. They're called retro caps with a font and layout that they just straight up stole from Saved by the Bell. So let me get a good shot. I'm gonna trick you guys. This is damn it, Zondo. The Twitch pennies can wait. I have to trick you guys into letting me hold it just like this, so that I can get a YouTube thumbnail out of it. See, that's how it works. That's how film and live TV works. But thank you for the 13 Poggers face. Poggers. Let's get some Pog champs in chat for the Pogs. So these are not necessarily Pogs. They're called retro caps. But let's be honest here. What the hell do you think these are down here? Just shake them up. Those are Pogs, baby. Okay. And milk caps is the generic term because the Pog Company, of course, owns the trademark on that. But let me flip this over because it's kind of interesting on the back. Retro caps, also called milk caps or Pogs. That's parenthetical. And I believe they're allowed to say Pogs because they didn't use a capital letter, so they're able to get away with that. So. Because Pog is still a registered trademark, I believe. Is a game that was popular among kids and collectors during the mid-1990s. I think mid is a bit generous. It was around back then, but it was really more of an early 90s thing, but that's me nitpicking. The craze started in Hawaii and quickly spread across the US and the rest of the world. Space! Exclamation point. UCC, I don't know who the fuck that is, was one of the leading manufacturers and distributors of this hot game in the 90s, and is bringing it back for a whole new generation to enjoy. Space! Exclamation point. Parents who collected and played this popular game in the 90s, no apostrophe, can now teach their own kids, double space, how to play, no period. It's a great game for the whole family to enjoy. Space! Exclamation point. Fantastic. You get 2 plastic slammers, so that's bullshit right off the bat. You get 30 pogs. You can also see the pogs already look like shit. I mean, we can see they look like ass. Now here's the kicker though. Here's the kicker. I bought these online, and I paid more to have them shipped to me than I paid for the item. And shipping was only a few dollars because I mean this doesn't weigh anything. You can stick it inside one of those really big bubble mailers, and that's it. In fact, that's exactly what the seller did. So, I don't know if the seller paid this much for it, or if they got it as just new old stock, but they got it from a store called Dirt Cheap, which seems like a clearance closeout store, and Dirt Cheap was hawking this for $9.99. Buddy, that ain't dirt cheap. That's retail price. In fact, that ain't even retail price, because I saw this same shit, this exact same shit, at a Target months ago for $20. I gotta get out my not so safe safety right. Oh, just like a hot knife through butter. Like a hot knife through butter. And see, I am keeping it safe. I put a cardboard tip on the end of it. If it's... And yeah, Fandramon, they're not even character themed. It's just random flash art and clip art. It just looks like random shit. Like they're even worse. Just from a cursory glance, they're even worse than the first reboot Pogs. I think Pogs after this are just good and dead. And yeah, oh my god, it did come with a collector's thing, so we can look at how many times y'all motherfuckers gonna print that 8-ball. Let's look at the slammers. Let's look at the slammers. Oh my god. Oh man, there's like no weight to there is no weight to these whatsoever. None. None. Hang on. Hang on. I gotta go get my scale real quick, because we're gonna find out in grams how much that shit weighs. Do I have a slammer in here that I can... Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I got a real man's fucking slammer, and then I got a slammer from the shitty reboot. We're gonna break this one down, okay? We're breaking this one down. We're gonna turn this on. Y'all can see the little digital readout here. Wait for it to zero out. Put it on grams. Grams. I'm gonna put a real man slammer on there. That weighs 28 grams. And that's big ass. That's metal. Here's the first reboot. 8. Here's one of these pieces of shit. 2 grams. I can blow on the scale with more force than what this piece of shit weighs. So here we go. This is official retro caps. It doesn't even want to focus on this thing. It's so fucking cheap. Official retro caps with a nice little notch in here so that the sticker gets applied correctly by the machines. Yeah, they didn't do that back in the day. The little metal one that I had a second ago that I've already put aside, the sticker was a little bit off-center. That kind of gave it charm. That was pretty good. On the back, I don't know if you guys can see that. It just says Retro Caps, and it says Slammer. It's like the Donkey Kong 64 font down there. It says Slammer. That's great. And then, of course, we've got an 8-ball on a spider web as our second Slammer. As player 2. And the 8 is kind of drawn to be in, like, to kind of look like a spider's body, but there's no legs on it, so it just looks dumb. So, yeah, got a red one, you got a white one. That's fantastic. Let's take a look at all the beautiful Pogs they gave us, starting with these ones that are just kind of stuck inside this little display. Look at that, yeah. It's like a little radiation symbol. Okay, I'm gonna grab the whole stack, and we're just gonna go through them. We're gonna be surprised or disappointed by each one. We got eyeballs. Got like Looney Tunes eyes. I don't know. Whatever. This one. Okay. This one's the yin yang. This was a very, very common trope in vintage Pogs. This one's almost. You know, I'll say it. I think this one's cool. You got the fire. I think they're trying to go for like a fire and ice type of theme. Instead, you just kind of got red fire and blue fire. But whatever. This actually, I'll give him credit. This is pretty close to the type of stuff that you would have seen back in the day. I'm going to put this one in the pile of things that aren't as bad as the others. That might be the only one in there, so we don't know. This one is a missile coming down. I think you guys could probably have seen this one through the packaging. This one's a missile coming down with a crappy dog bone smile face on it, and I hate it. Here's the flamin' 8-ball. The flate ball. I feel like this is the proper way the 8 is supposed to go, because if I flip it upside down, it looks like the 8 is upside down. I feel like they messed up on this one. Also, this fire graphic they have, that's like a free vector. I've used it in projects before. You're fooling nobody, Retro Caps. Up, straight up, regular ass yin yang. Now that we've got the fire and ice one, I don't have to give you the same spiel about how common these were. But since we do have the fire and ice one, this one goes in the uninteresting pile. We got some like floating brains or booger. No, it's a radiation trefoil. Yeah, see, it's a little trefoil. This one looks ugly. If this was artwork of the era, this would have been done with an airbrush and then scaled down, and it still would have looked gross. But I don't like this one. Fandramon, it's nuclear cheese. Nuclear cheese is what happens when there's a meltdown and the core melts. I believe the proper term is a corium, but I'm gonna say nuclear cheese. This one's another yin yang, but there's like lightning bolts, but it doesn't quite work out because you have to have like the dark and the light contrasting on each other's sides. And they've tried to make this one a darker lightning bolt, but it just looks like two lightning bolts inside of a swish. So still not hitting it. This looks like what you would get from somebody on Fiverr if you told them to draw Bomberman and gave them no references whatsoever. You're like, just draw Bomberman. And they're like, well, what is Bomberman? And then you just repeat, just draw Bomberman! You want your $5 or not, motherfucker? And then this is what you get in return. You get what you pay for, essentially. He's kind of goofy looking, but no. This one... Okay, this one's got some old school vibes to it. The skull looks dumb as hell, but it's a skull that has like a purpley spike mohawk that you can see up there, and that's really it. That's it for that one. I'm not in love with it, but it does have kind of a weird textured print to it, which seems nice. Next one, 8-ball. 8-ball. That for some reason they were obsessed with like the 8-ball. In fact, I actually remember I have a whole set in my vintage collection somewhere of every billiard ball. It was a whole set of there's like 15 of them. Yeah, there's 15 balls in a billiard ball set. There's no cue ball because that would just be white. That would just be this. So I actually have a whole set and they're all done in the same style and they look better than this. So this one goes in the whatever pile. This one, okay. This one is like a evil skull face with like eyes in it, and he's giving you the ojos. I like this one. This one has a very kind of sketchy look to it. Not that I'm not talking about the gaze, but I'm talking about like you can kind of see there's like a rough texture, almost like it was drawn with like pastels and like colored pencils and things like that. So this one actually does harken back kind of the same way this one does. Maybe a little bit more so. That's going in there. And then you have a cool skull, then immediately you have like this fucking discount fucking Spirit Halloween Grim Reaper. Yeah, that's great. You can go play with Tombstone at BattleBots. We got a Looney Tunes TNT detonator that just says boom. Yeah, alright. Alright, okay. You got the biohazard symbol. And if you go like this, check this out. Look, that's a totally different retro cap. They're going to print that one too. But the biohazard symbol, I don't think this one really showed up a whole lot, at least not in my collection. But I do know that like symbols like this, like safety symbols, hazard symbols, I know like the warning signs, the radiation symbol, I would imagine the biohazard symbol, the corrosive chemical symbol with like the test tube dripping on the hand or whatever. Like, there were a lot of pogs like that back in the day. So, the Biohazard one, this one does remind me of the good old days. This fucking stupid blimp missile, though, I'm not gonna... you're gonna focus on that one, camera. You're gonna focus on this one immediately, but all the others that I actually give a shit about, you're just not... Whatever. Anyways, that goes in the crap pile. Here we have a artist's interpretation of the catacombs that are under Paris, or whatever. Just a bunch of skulls all stacked up. So, it's but why skulls? What? Oh, would you prefer to it be a rat's anus? Well, I'm not saying we should march under the banner of a rat's anus, but it's certainly better than skulls. There! No! Oh! Look at all the 8-balls. Look at them all. Look. Tell me that they didn't just fucking turn this vector image around and move it around. Fuck off. Fuck off. I'm holding 24 points worth of fuck you right now. Look at this. Look at this dumb shit. Here's a yin yang that looks like an evil face. Here's it doesn't work because usually the yin yang is seen vertical or slightly tilted. So this one you got to look at. I mean, it's unique. I don't like it though. I swear the first yin yang we got, this one with the swirl, the fire swirl, that's the best one. This one is just oh yeah, look at this. Oh, I see. Looks like Top Hat Gaming Man on YouTube updated his profile picture just for Halloween. Yeah, fuck this one. Here's another yin yang. It's like, I think this one's supposed to be like gold and silver, but we've already seen like 50 yin yangs and they only gave us 30 caps, so that one goes in that pile. Here's a bomb that's not centered on the print. That's neat. Ah, yeah. Here's another. Okay, see the flammable, the combustible chemical symbol that goes with the biohazard one. I had a few like this as well. So what's weird is that they've managed in some way. I'm putting a lot more in the interesting pile than I thought, and there's only 4 of them in there. But I don't recognize the company's name. They said that they were around and they were one of the biggest printers and distributors in the 90s. This is a testament to why that sounds like a fucking lie, and so are these. But every once in a while, they're hitting close enough to what vintage pogs used to be that I'm like, I don't know if this is a matter of a broken clock being right 4 times a day, or if they really were around back then. Like I said, UCC or whatever doesn't ring a bell. So this one's an eyeball that's just been ripped out of its socket. There were some pogs that had gory kind of artwork on it and things like that, but this one is just kind of cartoony. I'm not sure I'm really sold on it. It's an interesting design, but it's still drawn in like a digital manner, so it feels like it has a certain cheapness to it, so I'm not sold on that. Hey, look, it's a Rorschach test. What do you see? A yin yang? All right. Hey, an 8-ball. Look at that. What's that? Like, with this, like the 8th one? So here's another skull. This is more, almost kind of looks like a comic book villain's. Like this looks like a fucking Marvel cap. Like somebody took like Doctor Doom or some other character with like a skull type face, and they kind of cartoonified it. I don't know if Doctor Doom has a face like that or not. I'm thinking of somebody, and I might not have rattled off the right name. So you know, if you're gonna leave me comments saying actually Doctor Doom is, I don't care. I don't care. Your hobby sucks. At first I thought that was a bear, but then I realized maybe it's supposed to be another skull with fucking weird intestinal cilia in place of where its teeth used to be. Hell, I don't know what the hell. I don't know what. Am I even looking at it the right way? Is it supposed to be this way? Is it? I don't know. Yeah, this is great artwork. I don't even know which direction I'm supposed to hold it. It looks like a bunch of Q-tips. Reminds me of that ice cream video on YouTube where it's like the guy who's made out of ice cream and he keeps eating his own head. Yeah, sweet dreams. Here's just some eye. This is Grimace. This is a close up on Grimace's eyes as he's coming. And then here's just an eye. Here's one eye singular. Clear eyes is awesome. Wow. The difference is clear. Clear eyes. Okay, so we have a whole... I want to find out how many 8-balls they gave us. Out of, you know, so for your $20, you essentially get 5 kinds of caps. You get, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I guess 7 that are skull related, and a crappy skull slammer. You get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 yin yangs, You get 4 that involve eyeballs. You get 5 that involve explosions. And then you get 1, 2, 3, 4. You get 5. You get 5 fucking 8 balls. 5 8 balls. And an 8-ball slammer, and then 3 of them that are sign based. So all of these are dumb and boring, and I don't like them. So let's take a look at the 4 that I picked out that are actually interesting to me, and I'll pick a winner out of this bunch. Vandramon, 0 dragons, 0 out of 10. Damn straight. I thought the symbol ones were cool when I was younger, but I realized that's because I literally have fucking autism, and things like symbols and whatever entertain me. They interest me. So those objectively are just kind of, they're cool, but from an artistic standpoint, not really anything, because these are literally just like universal symbols, so there's nothing inherently special about them. These 2, however, if I had to pick between these, this yin yang looks a little too drawn on a computer for me to be happy with it. Like I said, it's certainly the coolest one we got, and it's closest to the original style of Pogs that we would get back in the day, but I'm gonna, if it comes down between this and then the drawing of like Mount Doom of Skullman from Mega Man 4, like this one actually looks like somebody drew it. And even if it's digital and it's just been run through some processing filters and they applied some grainy textures on top in like Photoshop or whatever, it still looks like it's a piece of drawn artwork, which was really, really common back on vintage Pogs. So also it is kind of fitting. It is kind of fitting for Halloween to pick pick the Skull one. I mean, we have a whole bunch of other crappy Skull ones up here, like the Grim Reaper and all that other nonsense. And then I don't even know, we got Q-Tip Face over here. It's like, this is the new Slender Man, okay? Q-Tip Face is going to become a thing. You're going to be walking through the forest, and all of a sudden, oh no! How much did we say these weigh? 2 grams? These don't work at all. How many are in the set? They didn't give us a count. But we can get a better feel for how lazy their art is. Like, there's all there's the poison control, skull and crossbones, there's an actual trefoil, there's a lot of missiles and bombs and dumb, goofy shit. There's the Molotov cocktail looks alright, I guess. Then we get into yin yang these are all skulls and eyeballs, and there's one that says poison. That was a trope back in the day. There's a lot of skulls, and oh my god, look at all these eyeballs. There's a lot of 8 balls too. This is ridiculous. That one would have been a cool one to get. That one that looks like a dinosaur eye. That would have been nice. And then over here it's just... So really, these really do just fall into just only a few select categories. It's either a skull, a yin-yang, an 8 ball, an eyeball, a bomb, or it's actually, oh my god, look at that. Look, remember when I said they would print the acid, the little the warning symbol for that? This is a cartoon. Is that a fucking Tide Pod? I want that one. I want that one. That's why it says do not eat on the package. Oh my god. Are you shitting me? That's gotta be trademark infringement. That's good. It's electric ray. It's a Tide Pog. Hey, thanks for checking out GatorBox on YouTube. We really appreciate it. If you like what you saw and you want to kick around with us live, follow us on Twitch because we do this several times during the week. And if you want to support this channel, you can do so by subscribing right here on YouTube, following or subscribing over on Twitch, or even making a pledge on Patreon. Your support over the years has been tremendous. Thank you so much, and we look forward to seeing you in the next video right here on GatorBox.